Hey everyone, it's me again, and welcome to a monthly favorites video. The good news is I am on the mend, and I'm almost completely better from my epic bout of sick. I should be back in tip-top shape and ready to do some makeup in the next day or so, but I wanted to give myself like one more day to recover because there's still a little tiny bit of stuffiness in my nose. But my voice is almost completely back, so I should be better in the next day or two, and then I'll be able to go back to doing the makeup tutorials you guys know and love. But in the meantime, I wanted to give myself one more day of a break before I start doing makeup again, and I decided to go ahead and film a favorites video this week for you guys, because this coming weekend, What Else Is New is going to be incredibly busy. Just lay back and chill with y'all, so grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a little snackaroo, and let's go ahead and talk about some makeup, because I love geeking out about makeup. It's one of my favorite things to do. The first item on my favorites is CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotion, the AM version. You guys have seen this before because I talked about my acne journey, you know, kind of my acne situation, in another video. I'll leave it in the cards up there if you guys want to hear about it. I tell you guys about my experience with cystic acne and going to the doctor and figuring out what happened. At the time, when I finally figured out what was wrong, I had to use gentle skincare because I was put on Retin-A. And Retin-A, or tretinoin gel, makes your skin very sensitive, and it makes it very sensitive to sunlight too. So SPF was essential, gentle skincare was essential. When I think of gentle skincare, I think of CeraVe. And so I grabbed this because I was like, oh, it's moisturizer and it's sunscreen. Go figure, like, this stuff is bomb. It makes my skin feel protected. Like, I have it on right now, although it's quite a few hours old. I don't feel it on my skin a lot of the time, but it does such a good job at protecting my face from the sun. You guys know, my day job involves working outside. I did a ton of outdoor activities this summer. I went to, you know, a music festival. I went to all kinds of touristy stuff, and all through the summer, I wore this every single day, and I didn't get a single sunburn the entirety of summer. Not one. Like, how awesome is that? That's how well this stuff works. It says it's only SPF 30, but honestly, that's enough a lot of the time for day-to-day wear. So I absolutely love this. I will continue to use it. I've been using it for months now, and it hasn't broken me out or anything, so awesome stuff. Now I'm gonna dip into some primer. This primer, I haven't been using this very long, but I'm having a pretty good, you know, kind of initial impression of it. This is the Too Faced Hangover RX Replenishing Face Primer. So this is a primer that was meant for dry skin, and I'm kind of oily. I mean, I always tell people I'm the true definition of combo skin. I've got some dry spots in some places, oily spots in other places. It's just a mess. I was actually kind of worried that this would cause me to be a grease ball, but surprisingly, it didn't. This has been, I've used it a few times, and it's done a surprisingly good job at making my, you know, prepping my skin for foundation. I haven't been able to discern whether or not it, you know, keeps my foundation on longer or anything like that. But, you know, so far it makes my face feel nice, and you know, it makes the foundation glide on very smoothly. The one thing I don't like about it is the smell. It's made with coconut milk, so it smells like coconuts. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of coconut, especially the smell. Luckily, I can look past it with this because the smell eventually goes away. I don't have to sit there and live with it all day long, but that's the one thing that is kind of like meh for me, but everything else is pretty good. Another primer, it's in my kit, so I can't like dig it out right now, but another primer that is a favorite of mine is the Laura Geller Spackle Primer. I have two of those now, one of which I haven't really used because she makes different varieties of them. I have the one that's tinted, even though it's not tinted. It's more got some sparkle in it. But it's the champagne shaded one, and I absolutely love that one. That one actually does help the longevity of my foundation a small bit. And then I also just got the fortified one that I'm gonna try out. So we'll see. I will report back on that one for sure. I've just been in a primer experimenting mood lately. I've just been wanting to experiment and play with different primers. I don't know what that's about. The first makeup item that I'm going to mention here, color-wise, is the Vids Structure Brow and Shadow Palette. I think that's what it's called. I don't know, I don't think it says it on the back. Yeah, it doesn't say it on the back. This is amazing. Amazing. So a lot of people have a problem with Vids packaging because they're like, $80 for plastic packaging, tapping their manicured nails all over the thing. I don't really care if packaging is like flowery or fancy. If the product inside is good and the packaging holds the product the way that it should, I don't care about all the rest of the stuff. I would rather pay $80 for good quality product that happens to be in simplistic packaging than pay $80 for shitty quality product that's in overly flamboyant, gimmicky, boisterous packaging. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. And this palette is fantastic. The packaging, is it flashy? No, but I don't care because it does the job. And these powders are just beautiful. I use this primarily as a brow palette, but it also works as eyeshadow. These are pigmented, but at the same time, you do have a lot of control with them. You can use a light hand and you'll still just get a light wash of color for the brows. You've got 3 waxes over here, and then you've got 9 powders that have all different kinds of shades for every single hair color you could possibly imagine. I've worked on a platinum blonde with this, and it's got a shade for redheads, and it's got a shade for warm browns and cool browns, and just every single brow color you could possibly imagine. It has it. These powders are creamy, they're pigmented, they're blendable, and they're such a joy to work with. So I'm looking forward to thoroughly testing out the other Vids palettes I bought, because this one left a good taste in my mouth. I didn't eat it. Don't do that. Next palette I'm gonna go over is the Sugar Pill Pro palette. You guys saw this in my last makeup video where I did the infamous Unicorn Skidmark makeup look. I used predominantly these colors. I only used an orange from the Vids Editorial Brights palette because this doesn't have an orange in it. But these are awesome. The one sugar pill shadow that I have a problem with is Poison Plum, and that could just be my Poison Plum because I look at Poison Plum being swatched on YouTube by other people and it looks amazing. It looks gorgeous, pigmented, glorious, absolutely amazing. And then I swatch mine and it looks nothing like that. It's sheer and just kind of like meh. So I don't know what happened there. The shadows in here that I've used so far are absolutely fantastic. They're pigmented, they're blendable. The blendability, I mean, was shocking. Like, for how bright these colors are and how vibrant they are, you know, creating a gradient look like the one I did, the Rainbow Prism gradient, doing that with, you know, shadows that aren't as easy to blend would have taken hours, but that part of the look was the fastest thing I did. Some favorites: Buttercup Cake right here, awesome yellow there. Love Plus, classic, amazing. Acid Berry right here, ooh, stunning, love it. And Velocity is another favorite, that nice rich blue color. So yeah, absolutely love this so far. And the best part about it is, since it's a pro palette, yeah, it's expensive, but you can put together your own color selection. So you pick the colors, which is absolutely awesome because then I don't have to buy eyeshadow that I'm not gonna use. I'm battling the sunset, so my bad if this lighting is shit. I've been buying a lot of palettes, you guys. I have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and I haven't even used it yet. Like, what is wrong with me? So I'm probably gonna be doing another palette shaming challenge here pretty soon. So if there is a palette specifically that you want me to do a look with, leave it in the comments and I will hook you up. Okay, next eyeshadows I wanna talk about. Melt Cosmetics. More specifically, the Rust Stack. These shadows are so good. You guys know I already love Melt Cosmetics, and I wasn't gonna get the Rust Stack at first because I was like, I have so many warm toned eyeshadows, I don't need any more. But I ended up getting it, and I ended up loving it. Especially Rubbish, this color. It's like a mustardy kind of brown yellow color, and it's just so ugly, it's beautiful, and I love working with colors like that, so absolutely adore this. Adore it. Then we've got a little piece of equipment, and this I actually got recently, and I've been absolutely loving it. This is the Brush Folio. This is by the makeup artist that does Amber Rose's makeup, I believe. I'll link it down below to where you can buy this. This is the Brush Folio Light. So they have the regular brush folio that's made with made of leather, and then this one is not made of leather. It's made of like a poly blend type thing. But this is awesome. Look how many brushes it holds. It's so nice. And you can fold it up. I usually fold it like that because I can't actually fold it all the way down the way it normally does, but it's got a little strap so you can carry it, and that same little strap, when you open it up, you open it and you flip it up like so, and then it's a stand. And I love that aspect of it, that it's a brush stand as well, because when I was on location doing freelance gigs, one of the things that I major league ran into problems with was finding brushes. Like my makeups, the applications would take twice as long because I would spend, you know, like minutes at a time digging through my brush bag trying to find the brush I needed. And that, when I use that, everything is all laid out in front of me. Everything is, you know, I can see every single brush that I have with me, and I can easily find the ones I need without having to dig around for an hour and a half. The one downside to this, to that brush folio, is that these types of brushes that have like the handles that sort of flare out at the bottom, these don't fit in it. So I still have to carry a brush bag in my kit, but that doesn't really bother me because those, you know, my foundation brushes don't really take up a whole lot of space, so I can just throw those in another brush bag and, you know, dig one out when I'm ready to. I did get a ring light. That is not what you're seeing me use right now. This is the light on my camera, but only because the ring light I would have to place in a certain spot. Otherwise, it would wash me out and blind you people, because this thing is so damn bright. I'll have to link the Amazon listing down below where my husband got me this, but I had brought up to him that, you know, when you're freelancing and you're going on location, the lighting is gonna be completely unpredictable, which sucks because, you know, you're gonna go in and you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna do this makeup, and you know, either you're stuck with this lighting that's really yellow toned, like all these like house lamps that are really yellow toned, or you're in a hotel room that, you know, in the evening time that has only one window. And a lot of the time it can be like doing your makeup in the dark because you can't see the purity of the colors that you're using. So you basically have to go in blind. So I was talking about this to my husband, and he ended up getting me a ring light. It's sitting over there. It's a 12-inch ring light, and it came with its own little tripod and its own little like mounting system so I can put a camera on there. And it also came with this nifty carrying case. There's the brand name right there. It's LS Photo Studio Pro. It came with its own little case, and I love this idea because it's not one of those gigantic ring lights that's going to be cumbersome to carry around. I can pack it up and I can bring it with me on location, so I always have good lighting, which, as you can see, is something that I'm kind of in dire need of. I do have one unfavorite this month, and that is the shop on Amazon that I bought my backdrop and studio lighting kit from. This is separate from the ring light, so the ring light's got nothing to do with this. About 2 months ago, Justin ordered me like a photography lighting kit. It came with 2 soft boxes, 2 umbrella lights, and a backdrop frame with 3 different backdrops. And I was so excited because I was like, finally, I'm gonna look legit. It's gonna be fun. And then you know, 1 month went by and I was like, well, maybe it's just taking a long time to ship, because that can happen sometimes. I do live in an APO. And then another month went by and I was like, okay, seriously? Seriously? And so Justin contacted Amazon looking for a tracking number, just so we could give the tracking number to the post office to see if they could try and track it a little bit better than we could. And the Amazon customer service person, I don't think read the entire email, because he was just like, oh, I guess they must have lost it in the mail. I'll just go ahead and refund you. What? That's not what we asked for, but okay. So he went ahead and refunded us, and then he was like, oh, if you get the item, just let us know, and then you can pay for it again. And I was like, what? That's really weird. I don't know. Like, it just felt like we weren't being listened to from a customer service perspective. But beyond that, I'm just really frustrated that that didn't get here, because, you know, I've been wanting to get backdrops and good lighting for a long time now, so I don't have to sit here like this with this bright ass camera light pointing at me and worry about, you know, the sun going down and stuff like that. So if it's, you know, 10 o'clock at night and I'm doing my makeup and I like how it's turning out, I can film it for you guys. And I'm just frustrated that that's not going to happen, because it got lost in the mail. This is the first time in the almost 3 years we've lived here that something has just flat out disappeared. It's just really frustrating that it had to be this item that disappeared, because now, I mean, you know, we're so close to being PCS somewhere else that we might as well not even bother ordering it just yet, or reordering it just yet. So you guys are going to be seeing my living room for another few months, probably. So that's my one unfavorite. It's just really frustrating because I know people have been badgering me to get backdrop and better lighting and all that stuff, and I was trying to do it and it just did not work out, and I'm kind of peeved about it. But that's all the time we've got for today, because I am out of lighting, and that is all the favorites that I have for you guys. So go ahead and leave in the comments below, what are you guys' favorites for this month? What products are you digging? What kind of makeup looks do you guys want to see next? I'm looking forward to getting back in the chair, back in the saddle again, and doing some really off-the-wall avant-garde shit for you guys. You guys have been really digging that lately, and I absolutely love that, because that's the kind of shit I love to do. That's my favorite style of makeup, is just crazy, colorful, avant-garde shit. I've got a video all about glitter coming up, so you guys are going to be seeing some glitter in your life, because as you guys know, I am a burlesque performer. Glitter is kind of our specialty, and over the years I've developed quite a technique for using glitter in makeup application, so I'm going to be talking about that. Stay tuned. In the meantime, I hope you found this video helpful, informative, or entertaining. If you did, there's a button for that. Spank that like button in the butt, you know it deserves it, and if you want to see more from me, subscribe and become a member of the faithful today. I put out new videos every Sunday. Thank you guys so much for watching and joining me today, and I will see you in the next video. Toodles!